Hello YouTube fans, here again, and I thought I'd do this one. Back in 1975, Ritz Behind the Sea. That's right, Ritz Behind the Sea. Nope, it's not about a Ritz, it's about a woman who kills men. I say it again, a woman that kills men. Now, funny enough, back in the golden days of VHS, this was one of the video nasties. That's right, one of the video nasties. And I don't know why really, it's not really that bloody, it's not really that gory. I've seen the uncut one, it's not really that fucking gory. It's about a woman, like I say, she's got many souls, she doesn't like men, she's a single mum, and she goes around killing men. But I've got to admit, even though you don't see a lot of blood, a lot of gore, it's more psychological, it's more suspenseful, it's more this, it's more that. There's a good scene in it. I'll get to it. There's a good scene in it where she picks these two men up. These men think they're going to have a bit of fun. She ties them up, but they definitely don't have fun. They strip naked. She gets a razor, which is probably one of the reasons why people say it was video nasty. But you don't even see it. She gets a razor, and let's just say she cuts him down there and she cuts the manhood. So I put it in traffic detail, she cuts the manhood. Imagine a razor. Now, even I saw that, it went through my mind, and even I went, ah, oh, the pain. But you don't see it, you don't see blood, you don't see it getting cut off, putting it nicely. You don't see any of that. You don't see any of that. And so she cuts that, and then she's killing other men on the way and murdering men. There's a bit where she's watching TV and she's having hallucinations. Don't forget, she's Upiloo. And there's a good bit in it where she's tying on with this man, and suddenly she has this weird voice. She has this weird voice, sounds like the devil. No, it's because of law. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? The guy panics and gets the fuck out of here. Then there's bits again, she's killing more men, and so on. But this film has to have one of the most tasteless, one of the most weird, big word for me, one of the most weirdest fucking endings ever, because she doesn't get caught, she doesn't get murdered, she walks on the beach with her son, and that's it. End of movie. What else can I say about this film? What else can I say about Ritz Beneath the Sea? I keep saying it, it was in the video nasty era. There's a scene in it where she gets a tattoo, there's this guy, really weird looking, got loads of tattoos on his face, and he gives her a tattoo. And for some reason, she's got it in for men. She hates men. There's a bit where she's hallucinating a man dying, who's a weightlifter, and she just goes around killing men, men. So she's got men problems. But again, the film doesn't tell you why she's got men problems. Doesn't say why she hates men. Doesn't say why she's a single mum. Doesn't say what happened to her husband. Doesn't say any of that. Now, films that say I spit on you, Dave, that made sense. I'm not going to put, anyone who sees that film, you know why she gets a feet revenge. That to me is a rape revenge film. Films that say like Last House on the Left, that made sense. In this, doesn't really make sense why she's going around killing these men one by one. But she used the bit with the razor, people probably looked at that at the time, they saw it, they made a big thing of it being a video nasty, but again, you don't see it getting cut. You know what I mean? Compared to films that say like the uncut Cannibal Fairlock, that was definitely a nasty film. Films that say like Cannibal Holocaust, that definitely was a nasty film. I remember reviewing them. In this, you don't really see a lot. You don't really see any blood. You don't see any gore. You don't see that getting cut off, and so on. Now, I do know they had an original videotape where he looked like a Ritz on the sea. She's not a Ritz. I don't get why they call the film Ritz Behind the Sea, right? Or Ritz Beneath the Sea. Why the fuck they call it that? Because she's just a single woman, right? She's a single woman. She's got a son, and for some reason she don't like men. And there's bits where actually thinking, is she a Ritz? Like the bit she has a weird voice. And she's attacking men on the way and she's killing men. And in all fairness, you know what it reminds me of? Deadly Weapons. Remember that film it did? I thought it was a piece of shit. But that was motivative. To me, that was motivative. Even though I thought the film was shit, the idea of a woman killing men by smothering them with her boobs made more sense. And again, that was more of a revenge film. And this, where's the revenge? Why is she doing it? What's the problem? But if you've never seen the film, I could say it was around back in the golden days of the VHS, and it was pronounced as a video nasty. There's a lot more nastier stuff out there, believe me. I can name loads of films which in my eyes are video nasties. This to me is as nasty as a limp fucking dick. This to me is as nasty as me going downstairs and having a Richard III. This to me is as nasty as me having a busted nose. That's probably more nasty. But back in the day, like I say, it was. Now I've got to admit, the woman does a good performance. You know, pretending to betray her. She does a really, really good performance. The bit, like I say, she's stripped naked. The bit where she kills them two men, definitely brutal. You definitely make you feel sorry for that poor guy. And I'm kind of happy they don't sew it. You can just imagine a razor blade cutting down there. The thought of that, to me, oh, I could picture it. I don't need to see it. And I could just feel it, even though I could feel how that poor guy's probably feeling a razor blade. You know what I mean? And like I say, she's killing men here and there. But again, the ending, antimatic, big words. I'm thinking of big ones here. Antimatic, because it ends, she decides she doesn't want to kill men anymore. She's got the love of her life, that's being a son. And she walks off on an island. Now, maybe that's why the film is called Rich Beneath the Sea. Maybe that's why. Because she lives behind the sea. Get it? She lives near the sea, near the ocean, right? I won't do the seaside song. Maybe that's why it's called that. But to me, I go for average. It's not a date film, but it's not a shit film. But why the fuck they called it Rich Beneath the Sea, I do not know. I do not know. But it's not a bad film if you're curious of watching all the video nasty era. But if you're going for blood, you're going for gore, you're going for snot, you go for a film similar to like I Spit on You, Dave. It's not that type of film. It's not that type of film. But for a psychological type of film, or maybe sort of a thriller, again, psychological, then it's a good hour off your time. So again, 2-star rating. Into them. Be smart. Be safe. See you later.